sure feels odd walking around talking. There's nobody on the streets. But I don't want to stop doing this, and I know that there's going to be a lot of people on these beaches soon. And I'd really love to start talking with other people and seeing where they come from and what they believe. Last summer when I came out to the beach, I did engage with a few people, and they're not on the internet, they're not on the YouTube and where I'm hovering around. They're busy working every day, but they've got the same. They know things are crashing, but it's like, what do we do? And so we're all like chickens with our heads cut off, waiting for Jesus to show up. And it's like when you get Jesus or God or goodness or positive energy inside you, and you actually start believing in yourself and be the creator of what it is you want to create, then we create a completely different world. Now, some of the things that I'm working on right now, because my main concern is my family and want to heal my family up, and knowing that, okay, nobody's getting it, which now I'm saying everybody's starting to wake up to it. I was really against people that were, developing their shelters and only saving the few people that they want to save, because it's like you're only protecting a small group. You only want a small group to survive, no different than what the elites are doing. You want to get your guns and protect just your family, but not protect the whole human race, which means you're turning into everything that's killing us. So after we're all dead, the only ones that are going to survive are the ones that are willing to kill other people to protect their own and not protect all of humanity. So I've always been kind of against some ducks, or those would be geese. Just looking at the beach. So I'm against people just sort of protecting their own and looking after their own self-interest, because you're no different than the ones that you're complaining about that are only looking after their best interests. But however, it just seems like my family is focused on surviving, our family. So I am engaging in this, but the plans on how we survive this, or how we just sort of participate in the change, I'd like to start sharing with people. One of them is this hydroponic thing. So I'm going to post a picture, probably add it with this video, and show you a hydroponic concept that I've heard from other people does have the potential to grow your own food in your own house really, really cheap and generate the energy that you need. And, you can go off the system and protect yourself. And still get the energy that you need during the tough times ahead, because everything is about to change, and it's a matter of how we rebuild, the mindset that we rebuild with. So it's like, be one with all the change. Anything that's involved with a fight, I never get involved with. Yes, when I was screaming and trying to fight and solve the solutions, nobody showed up. It's like, I would love everybody to just protest. I was a big protester myself and wish there was a million people behind me. But now is not the time to be, I don't think, getting involved with the fight. They're going to be the martyrs. Once was the martyr and did my share of protesting. And but now the police have guns and they got crazy minds. They can't tell the difference between right and wrong, and they got a gun to say they can act first, think later. So it is more just keep yourself away from police ever even seeing you, Keep yourself safe, keep yourself mixed into change. And, you do see a police, you want to stroke their egos. You want to tell them how great they are and how good a job they're doing protecting people from the evil forces. Declare them who you want them to be. Then their egos are so they're not going to do any harm to you because they're kind of loving you because you just showed them love, and they'll leave you alone. But at the same time, you need to change the systems. Everything that's going on right now ain't exactly working for us. We need to influence change by being the change. And we can all do that. Anybody that's depressed, write a list about what is every single thing you hate in the world, and then write the opposite down. What would it be like if it wasn't there? Then the instruction guides on how to create something that you actually want. To know something's wrong means you know exactly what's right. Because you have a wish for, I really wish it was this way, but I hate that it's this way. So if you can see within your own reality that solutions are right there in front of you, but you've been designed to not believe in yourself, not love yourself, not love your life, it's a matter of, do you hate your life enough to change it? Or do you hate your life enough to repeat it by killing yourself? And then repeating the whole game all over again. This is our chance to transform and evolve. Can we do it? That's the mission. Peace out. Walking on the way home past this beautiful creek. Also wanted to mention that let everybody know that I am writing a book, and I suck at writing, mainly because I've believed that I wasn't the one to write it, that the right person to write it would show up. Last summer there was a girl that crossed my path who was a writer, has written books, met with her. She really loved everything about it. She was, she ends up having a house right across from the hospital, this cancer hospital, and is doing a lot of healing, but has said that people aren't listening to the advice she's giving. And she said that seems to be the problem, is people aren't listening to themselves. And it's like, here's this girl who had all of the signs in the world that says, this is good. I even seen butterflies, and butterflies mean this is a good path. Every single sign that she knows is the right path for her was showing up. And at the end of the day, she says, but I don't trust you, and I'm not going to write this book. And I had told her that I know for a fact I'm going to attract the right person to write this book. And I said, I have a feeling it's you. But if you end up rejecting it, then that means you aren't the writer for this book. And yeah, it's within me because I'm attracting the perfect person to write this book, and only the perfect person to write this book, because it's going to be their perceptions of reality mixed with my perceptions of reality that are going to be within that book. So it turns out she didn't write the book, and still thinks she's right, and still thinks that everybody's just not listening to themselves, and yet she couldn't see that she wasn't listening to her own self and creating the reality she wanted to create. So the perfect writer did show up. I've read the first few chapters, and it's 100 times, 1,000 times better than I could have ever done. So it's definitely an awesome, awesome book. And one of the challenges that I've had is I know how to create shit if I really, truly believe in what it is that I'm creating. If I doubt myself, then I create the doubt. So when I crashed and burned and, was trying to fit within society and society's design so you can never fit into it, I stopped believing in myself. And all of us, if you're depressed, you're not believing in yourself. So it's when you believe in yourself that you actually do create. And, I've been declaring out in the world what it is I'm going to do. And when I put it out there, as usual, there's always a lot of people there to doubt me. And that happened every single time that I was creating a miracle. Every single person was denying that it was possible, and yet it showed up. It showed up only because I really believed in it. So while I was doubting myself, crashed and burned, and I'm, declaring to my kids that I am going to be successful. I am going to come out of this. I am going to, do something really productive, and, they'll be real proud of me. Then all they kept doing was saying, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And it's like, then I ended up getting caught up in the fight of trying to prove that, yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. And then I got caught up in the fight of trying to prove something instead of just doing it. So that's where I knew that just do it. Just focus on you. I listened to my intuition. I had to learn to believe in myself. To do that, I had to start a YouTube channel, trying to join up with people that can help me believe in myself once again. Now I'm getting to that point. Now I'm able to tell my kids that, you know, if you only supported me, that would have helped my belief system a hell of a lot more. And it's just look at what is it you wanted. You wanted me to be successful. Why didn't you just say, yeah, you can do it? You know, it's like being a smoker. If you don't want to be a smoker, just declare yourself to be a non-smoker. Eventually, you'll believe it. So, with this book, if anybody does sort of like anything that I got to say, what we're trying to do, what we suggested is maybe selling chapters as it's being written. I don't know how long the internet's going to be there, how long we have to work on this, but you know, financially funding really helps because we'd like to design this hydroponics unit. It's going to cost some money to put it together, but if it works, then at least it's going to be a schema for you to use at home so you can design your own systems really cheap. It is, all of these materials should be able to be found, you know, basically free. It's going to be tubing from plumbing, supplies, and it's just stuff that you're going to have to scrape through and try and find and dig out. Right now I can't do everything. I can't do a website or a YouTube channel, make videos all the time, try and keep up with my household chores, look after my own health, actually go and scavenge out without a car. Like trying to put everything, all the pieces together, I can't do it all. But I can go into a store and just go and pick it up and test it out. But after it's all tested out and everything is proven to be true, then you can just go to your, I mean, magnets are going to be a prime thing, but all appliances have magnets in them. So all you have to do is go to a garage sale or go to any of these secondhand stores and buy used appliances and get the magnets that are found within them instead of buying them. And there's a lot of copper windings that are in there. So there's a lot of things you can do really, really cheap. But in order for me to get all of this stuff, funding needs to be made. Plus, one of the biggest things is that this information shouldn't be just for you. It should be for everybody. And the only way you can make it for everybody is when you make it popular. When you make something popular, then other people want to see, well, what are they reading? You know, 20 people are reading this and they're saying it's really great shit, then maybe I'll read it. It just influences other people that would never normally get this information to actually get it. So while if you already know what this information is about and you agree with it, it's not so much that you buy it for your own information. Buy it so that you make it popular, so that other people will want to see what it is you're into. And then that's how you actually make a bestseller. And it's not a book that I want to make a bestseller for me to profit off of. It's we have systems. This Dr. Wolf has definitely systems that can clean up the air, clean up the planet. We need to get some people back to work. And there aren't anybody out there that actually is making and earning money and putting something good back into the world. So this is more of a book, and this water concept is designed to help funnel the economic system back to the bottom and get everybody back to work cleaning everything up. So it can't be me profiting off of something. It has to be me funneling the money into the people that are reading it, you know, because get yourself straight, get yourself with your own beliefs. You are participating in the change and cleaning it up. You probably all need to get back to work. What would you like to be doing for the rest of your life? You're going to need some materials. You're going to need some financial help. This is a way of getting it, is supporting something you agree with, that can funnel money back to you. Because ultimately, what we got to do is get the money out of the hands of the people that are holding all of it. What makes them spend their money? We got to give them something that they actually want to spend their money on. You know, you want to get police out of the job of being, you know, controlling, manipulating with guns, you know, control freaks. Well, you got to give them a better job. So you got to be the one that creates that better job, and then they'll take that job. You got to give better books to these people that are on the top that are dying of their own cancer and show them the cure of all of that. And then they'll read it. So you supporting this book actually is a book that you end up giving to your enemy because they're just going to want to read what you think is popular. Peace out.